Good morning again, everybody. I am Terry Vanderbeck with Sanford Sports. Welcome back to day 2 of the Summer League Basketball Tournament at the Sanford Pentagon. We're joined, as always, by David Brown, MidcoSN. David, did you get some rest last night?
A little bit.
That's the
another
key.
Long day ahead, but another fun day ahead.
Be free as it's rinse and repeat now that we're in the grind.
We've all
again.
gotten used to this at this point. You and I especially.
We have, absolutely. So let's start. We've got 4 games again today. First 2 on the women's side. And there's a window of opportunity here, especially in the first game, because of the big news of day 1. The South Dakota State women, ranked number 21 in the nation, losing in the quarterfinals for the first time in tournament history. We're an 8-1. So today, somebody is going to have a big opportunity by virtue of getting through the quarters and feeling like they have a leg up now in the semis.
Yeah, Western Illinois and Kansas City. That's our first women's quarterfinal today. The winner of that game plays the 8-seeded Omaha Mavericks. Whoever wins is the higher seed. There's no home court advantage here whatsoever, but absolutely, Leathernecks and Roos, you have a golden opportunity knowing that you're not going to have to face the Jacks the next round. So I expect both teams to come out and let it fly. They were going to let it fly anyway. They're 2 of the top 20 in the nation in 3-point shot attempts. So we're going to see a lot of perimeter shooting in game 1 today.
And yet the interesting thing, for as good as Omaha looked yesterday, who knows? Exactly. They're going to be a tough out anyway, so we'll see where that goes. The other women's game today includes North Dakota State with, if not their highest seed, probably their best team since they've been in the Summit League. Coach Jory Collins has gotten them going here in relatively short order. What have you seen from the Bison this season? What are you expecting now being in a tournament setting where they're not an underdog?
It's just so good to have North Dakota State women's basketball good again. And Jory Collins has done an amazing job. I've talked to a lot of people. Part of the reason he's done so well, he had previous head coaching experience at the D2 level in Peoria State. He just knows how to maximize that talent. They just have a lot of good athletes. They have Evan Hamlin, they have Ryan Cobbins, they have Emily Dietz. There's a lot of good, solid players on this Bison team. And this is a rematch of last year in the same round. You just flip the seeds 3 and 6. So the Bison are 3 and the Pioneers are 6. Denver will also shoot a lot of threes, just like Western Illinois and Kansas City on the women's side. So NDSU can have to lock down on the perimeter, but they are the favorites for the first time in, like you said, what seems like forever.
Yeah, for those of you, we should probably even say that maybe don't know, because it's been 20+ years. The NDSU women's basketball team was one of the premier programs of this part of the country.
They were a Division powerhouse.
Absolutely. So yeah, as you said, nice to have them back. The afternoon, evening games, we move over to the men's side, and yesterday we had chalk with both South Dakota State and South Dakota, the 1 and 2 seeds, moving on, both by double figures, both relatively comfortably
solid
in tournament. Absolutely, and both despite dealing with missing key players. That brings us to North Dakota State, who starts today. The Bison have done really, really well in this tournament, winning basically half of the tournament in the last 10 years. They are healthy. And they are a tough out. They play very sound, hard-nosed defense. Dave Richmond now has a lot of tournament experience. Thoughts on what we expect to see from them, and they've got to be considered on that short list to cut down the nets.
And they're obviously very excited if you've heard the shoot-around going on behind us, but they're going to face a tough Kansas City team, and that's going to be our last game here today. Last game between the Roos and the Bison was 49-47. So it might be a rock fight, it might be a slugfest, but NDSU, like you said, under Dave Richmond, aggressive defensively, solid defensively. If they can just get some perimeter shots to go for NDSU, that's going to go a long way against KC.
And don't worry, because the points on the evening session will come from Will Roberts. Max Adamus, if you don't know, he's a 6'1", 165-pound sophomore guard from Texas. 24.7 points per game, tops in the nation. Second time this season, I believe, we've had the leading scorer in this building, because Luka Garza of Iowa was here in December.
Surpassed Luka Garza this past week to lead the nation in scoring.
Which is again testament to the season we've had here in this building. But tell us about Max. What are people going to expect to see? And again, even if you're just a casual fan, he's worth tuning in to check out.
Absolutely. When you lead the nation in scoring, you've got to at least take a look at him. And he absolutely bombs it from the outside. He's averaging 4 made 3-pointers per game. That is also #1 in all of Division I. So in addition to leading the nation in scoring, he leads the nation in 3-point shooting. He can go inside as well. He's just an exciting player. He's just a sophomore. And of course, he's going to be a sophomore again next season with the extra year of eligibility. But he has the ability to get Oral Roberts, you know, to put the team on his back, so to speak. He's had a couple 40-point games this season, but the one interesting note, UND was the best Summit League team against him defensively. In the 2-game set, he only had 34 combined points. That was the lowest he had in a 2-game series against any Summit League team this season. So I don't know if that's going to be the recipe for success, or if Max is going to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this team holding me down. I'm going to go off by myself and prove why I'm the #1 leading scorer in the country.
And fun matchup, as we've heard this season. Duncan Robinson from Miami, he came out and called this the shooter's gym. He said it's his favorite gym to shoot in of any gym he's ever been in. So you get the nation's leading scorer there. And on the other side, a UND team that has played here before. Paul Sather has won some big games here before as a head coach. That could be kind of fun today.
Absolutely. You know, going back to A-Smith, this is his first game in the Pentagon. We'll see if he agrees with Duncan Robinson and calls this a shooter's paradise. But for UND, like you said, Paul Sather, he led Northern State to some NSIC championships here in this building. And then, as you mentioned, they played in the Dakota Showcase here earlier this season back in December. So very familiar with this building. Philip Baracha is a great post presence for North Dakota. If they can get some of the other guys around him, you got Tyree Iannachu, who's the freshman of the year. They got some really good pieces around North Dakota. They split with Oral Roberts this season. I know a lot of people think Oral Roberts is kind of the team that's lurking, the dangerous team, maybe the team that can win as a 4 seed, but don't assume that Oral Roberts is going to automatically make the semifinals. UND has proven that they can play defense against them. They're going to have to lock down again, though, against Max A-Smith.
And UND, last year in their first year in the Summer League tournament, got all the way to the championship game, so they proved they can win in that environment as well. Good timing. Good timing. That means we're out of time. No, last thing. Again, you know, this seems to happen a lot of years in this tournament, David, that South Dakota schools are maybe not playing. So fans maybe go, oh, should I show up? Should I watch or not? But I'll tell you what, don't miss it, because these kind of casual games have had a history of being wild and fun and high scoring and overtime and unexpected things. So all the more reason today to watch all 4 games on Midco Sports Network. And if you're not part of the traditional Midco viewing map, you can now use the new app. David Brown, tell people a little bit about that.
Midco Sports Plus, $5.99 a month, but you get everything. You get all of our live games and all of our original programming. You will have the rest of the Summit League coverage, today's quarterfinals, Monday's semifinals before ESPN gives way for the championship games. But we will have it all for you. It's a great app. You do not need to be a Midco customer to have it. You can sign up at MidcoSN.com. Real simple, real easy. You can get our coverage now anywhere you are in the country.
And they've got not only the true pregame, halftime, postgame, David Brown, Freddie Coleman, the whole cast and the whole crew. So, David, it's going to be a fun Sunday. Thanks again for being here.
You bet.
You guys tune into the games and stay tuned to social media for all the sort of behind-the-scenes action as well.